Hello everyone, this is part 3 in my new greenhouse construction series. This video I'm going to show you the east end wall and explain the purpose of having that. Okay, so excuse the wind noise and excuse the mess. This is a work in progress. So anyway, first video, ignore all this stuff, we'll get into that in a minute. Remember the first video I had my baseboards up? I had the end wall done, explained that. Now this end wall looks a little bit different, semi the same. Down here, if you guessed it or not, that's where my vent is going to be. Call it a vent, window, whatever. It just has, I just have a screw holding it open now because there's no need for it to be down, and plus I don't have a latch or anything. Here is the door. The door right now is screwed shut because I don't need to be opening it in and out because I can just go in from the side that's not complete yet. And then up along the top here, it's just similar to what's down there, except here I did offset the center point. Now if you're looking at it from way back, you probably won't even notice that. And the reason I did that is because the middle purlin will fit in right in there, right between where this horizontal or this diagonal piece comes. It'll fit right in there. Now I can bring it right to the end and tie everything together with a set of bolts, or I might use some self-tapping screws, something just kind of tie it all together. And that's basically it as far as excuse me, as far as the outside. This will all be plasticed over. If I find that I need more ventilation, the reason why I did these square and actually have a support in the middle is I can easily cut this plastic out and make removable windows. Make a small frame out of 1x2s or something, which I have done before in the barn actually, to let some light in where the sun wouldn't reach in if otherwise. So anyway, so we'll see. I'm still thinking with having the roll-up sides, and because the door will be open most of the time in this window, we should have plenty of ventilation. Now let's go to the inside. Now again, ignore everything that I'm not talking about, but on the inside it's just framed out. Now you may say to yourself, well, this doesn't look too square, too plumb. Well, it doesn't. This piece of plywood here is fitting the contour of the 2x6 on the ground. This side here is about 4 inches taller than that side as far as the slope. And just for ease of doing this, I just left that how it is. However, the rest of this stuff, this here, the vertical, all these are all squared up, level and plumb. Same with the door. And the reason I did that is just so it actually looks nicer. And then also if I want to set something here. Here I have some radishes and some lettuce, which I actually have planted in the new raised beds, which I'll cover in another video. And that way, if I ever want to put some kind of shelving on this, it's already level. I don't have to then re-level it. And so I mean, it may look a little weird from the inside, but you know, it's not. I'm not going for looks here. I'm going for function. And then again, the door swings in. Again, if it is quite heavy with the 7/16 inch chipboard and the 2x4 frame. However, if I find that the door is more of a hindrance as far as letting ventilation through, especially early on in the season when your roll-up sides won't be up, I can easily, again, like I said, just like this one, I can cut a vent section of it. This is about 6.5 feet tall, about, I think maybe 70 some inches. But anyway, I can cut a vent out here, flip it down, put some screening in it. And as I said before, excuse me, as I said before, I will be planning on screening in all of these vents and the ones down there. Now in the other greenhouse, I don't have any type of screening, and the doors are wide open all the time. I never have issues with bugs or well, not necessarily bugs, but rodents and different things like that. So I may just do it to the bottom ones. And well, the reason why I know I mentioned doing it to the top ones over there is so I don't get any birds flying in here. I've had issues with birds in this one because they fly in because they think it's an opening. But if you put a screen there, I mean, they may hit the screen, which might not be the nicest thing, but at least they'll hit that and realize they can't get in and then stop coming in. But anyway, while I'm here, I'll cover this section, not the irrigation per se, but the reason why I have this flat panel on here, squared up, plumb, is this is where my electrical box one of my electrical connections, and then as well as this is where my irrigation is going to come from, which I'll cover the irrigation in a later video. That's pretty much done, so that'll be coming up shortly. And I'm getting a timer, backflow preventer, the whole deal. Maybe not a backflow preventer. I'm not too keen on those. I don't really feel I need it, but anyway, that's what that's for. So a nice square thing, solid, where I can mount all that stuff to. So anyway, let's go back here, show you from the back. In a nutshell, that's the end wall. Less complicated than that one as far as where the vents are and the whole deal. But this one's not having shelving or having benches. I call them benches, but they're more like tables where you're going to work at. It's not going to have any of that stuff as of yet. There will be no need for it. Plus, to keep the aisleway and everything open, there won't be room for that. So anyway, stay tuned for part 4 and subsequent 5, 6, 7. And thanks for watching. Till next time.